Hello, collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self love and growth. Hey, you guys, welcome back into the channel. So, you guys, this is going to be your weekly oracle messages for this upcoming week. As usual, I am going to do messages for my divine masculines. I will also do messages for my divine feminines, and then I will do an overall general collective oracle message at the very end, you guys. So, welcome in, get comfortable. Today, I'm actually going to start with our divine masculines because last time we started with our divine feminines. So, welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. Thank you so much for being back with us. You guys, the love and support that you guys show the channel, I'm at a loss for words. You guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your life and help with your healing, words of encouragement, advice, and wisdom. It truly makes me overjoyed. So thank you guys so much for always rocking with me. All of the incoming followers and subscribers, welcome in. You guys are always welcome with open arms. I welcome anyone in who is looking for a sense of healing, direction, just needs some daily life advice because life is pretty crazy, you guys. And, encouragement, is needed at this time. And I am so happy to be able to bring encouragement to you, wisdom to you, but I'm always going to keep it real with you as well. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being on your journey. I pray that you continue to move forward. A quick announcement, please check out my community tab. I have a poll. I have a list of topics, and I want to see what is most important to my collective at this time because I will be doing a special message for whichever topic gets the most votes. And then I will also be making an announcement at the end of that message. So make sure to check that out, you guys. All right, but without further ado, Divine Masculines, hi, you guys. I hope you guys have been doing well. Let's see what you guys need as far as healing goes that will help you in your upcoming week. So let's see what gods can give us some healing advice for our divine masculines. I'm going to do 3 for you guys. I'm just going to actually pull this way for you guys. Okay. Here are the 3 most important gods for my divine masculines and the healing that will be the focus for you this week. So the first one is Okasta. Clinging on to an expected outcome may be causing you mental anguish. The expectations you place on others and the ones you allow to be placed on yourself can hold you back. In the tradition of the Native American Cherokee Nation, Akasta is a god of knowledge sent to help humanity on behalf of the creator deity. He is also known as Stone Coat, referring to his coat made of flint. Unable to decide if he was good or bad, he would sway between causing chaos and doing good. When the good and bad wolves within him battled it out, he would occasionally allow one to emerge while other times making room for the other. Okasta created witches to join him in his escapades, increasing the level of disorder he caused. They journeyed from village to village, causing all sorts of trouble in their wake. During one such visit, a group of women captured Acosta and struck him through the heart with a stick. The men of the village cremated him and consequently gained healing abilities, becoming the first medicine men. Here is Acosta's message for my divine masculines. High standards and a desire for greatness contribute to your elevation and expansion, but clinging too fiercely to expectations does not. There are three types of expectations to review your day-to-day operations: the expectation of outcomes occurring a certain way, the expectations you hold for other people, and those placed on you. Letting go of outcomes maximizes the enjoyment of your journey. Expecting love, career, friendships, and finances to happen in a specific way leads to bitter disappointment, resentment, and complacency. Work towards things knowing they may not happen exactly in accordance with your plan. Another form of expectation is painting an idea of someone in your head as a purely quote unquote good person, and then labeling them as a quote unquote bad person if they make a poor decision. Expecting someone to solely be good puts unfair pressure on them to be perfect. Seeing all humans as flawed beings with the capacity to do bad things will keep you from a lifetime of feeling extreme reactions. So basically, Acosta's message is about not expecting everyone to be perfect. We are all human beings. We all make mistakes. I say this all the time. Perfectionism doesn't exist. So Acosta's message is to not have such limiting expectations on other people or even yourself. It's about enjoying the journey as we go, because we are always going to run into challenges where we have to now take the knowledge, the wisdom, and the lessons, right, in order to grow and evolve. So perfection is not expected, but sometimes people have this expectations of everyone in their life to do things a certain way, to try to control them to be a certain way. So ultimately, they are always disappointed and let down. Rather than just letting people be who they're going to be, letting people go through their flow, go through their journey, you go through your journey, right? And understand that people will make mistakes. You don't have to label people, good or bad, because again, we all have the capacity to be good or to be bad, to make good choices, to make bad choices, right? So that is Acosta's message. Don't put so much pressure on yourself and others to always do things exactly as you want them to be done. This is about allowing things to flow naturally and stop trying to be in control of everything. Okay. Our next god we have is Anubis. Yeah, balancing those scales. I like Anubis. Strive toward a return to balance, but enjoy your time in the extremes. Contrast provides you with a profound enhancement of the experience. The jackal-headed god of the dead, Anubis, is an ancient Egyptian deity associated with protection, mummification, and the afterlife. His name in the original Egyptian language was Inpu, which inferred decay. He is well known for his role in the judgment of souls in the Hall of Truth. During Judgment of the Dead, Anubis would place the heart of the recently deceased on the scale of justice, balancing it against the feather of Maat, the goddess of truth. If the heart was lighter than the feather, the deceased would be deemed worthy of entering the afterlife. If heavier, their soul would be devoured by the demon goddess Amut. Anubis's message to my divine masculines. Imagine the exquisite feeling of eating a burger after a week of only eating jelly because you had your wisdom teeth out. The pure bliss of sleeping in your own bed after a wild weekend of camping in the bush. The ecstasy of a hot shower after a cold walk caught out in the rain. Contrast is where life exists. Contrast deepens, stretches, and builds. Being out of balance is necessary and good for us. Returning to homeostasis is integral for the health of your system. Nevertheless, times out of balance are integral for living. So much living occurs through periods in the extremes. The most memorable moments in life tend to happen when the pendulum has swung from one side to the other. The light and shadow, the masculine and feminine, action and rest all live outside the restraints of balance. Peaceful bliss is found in the center. Although drawn out for too long, it turns from peace to stagnation. You will naturally be attuned to when your nervous system requires you to err towards equilibrium. Learn to stay in the present moment and tune in with your body, emotions, and needs. This will help you become a pro at knowing when and how to bring yourself back to harmony. Working on self-worth will give you the desire to look after yourself, knowing you deserve to have your needs met. Balance can often be found through the energy opposite to that you have mostly been in. If you feel out of whack, look to the other side. If you've been doing lots of shadow work, seek some levity. If you've been resting a lot and feel a state of atrophy, return to action. Swing forth on the pendulum of life, enjoying the highs, the lows, the ebbs, and the flows, and recognize the areas that would benefit from finding some peace. So, a delicate balance, you guys. Life should have a good balance. We should be able to grind it out, work hard towards our goals, our accomplishments, but also enjoy the fruits of our labor and actually live life, enjoy everything that life has to offer. So, yes, it's a balance, but the other important message is about your heart. Your heart being lighter than a feather. It means having good intentions for others, for yourself. It means walking a life of integrity, having good character, so that you don't have the weight of guilt and shame that makes your heart feel heavy. So that's the message from Anubis. All right. Then we have, interesting, Narcissus. Interesting. Let's see what this message is about. Slather yourself with self-love to keep the opinion of others from hurting you. Constructive criticism will no longer feel like an attack when you allow your flaws to be seen in the light. Amazing message. Okay. The myth of Narcissus arises from ancient Greece and tells the tale of an astoundingly handsome man who falls in love with himself. Narcissus was renowned for his beauty, born from a river god named Cephisu and a nymph called Liriope. It was prophesied to Liriope that her son would reach old age only if he never recognized himself. A hunter from the ancient Greek city Thespiae, Narcissus rejected all the romantic advances with which he was inundated. One day, he was wistfully staring at his reflection and became besotted with what he saw. Becoming so obsessed with his image, Narcissus lived out the rest of his days right there by the river, never taking his eyes off himself. Narcissist's message: pride has a rightful place in your life. However, a shadow side exists too. The thought of making self love a priority can be intimidating because it can be correlated with narcissism. The two are very different. Narcissism presents as grandiose self importance, but can be derived from a lack of self esteem and self love. Narcissism demands adoration and validation, overcompensating for a lack of inner assuredness and confidence. One does not feel enough as is, so they draw in confirmation from showy importance. They cannot see beyond themselves. Self love is bridging that gap. Self love is radically accepting oneself as is. It is accepting the seemingly most unlovable parts of oneself. It is having confidence that does not seek out energy from others. When you have the self love to ensure your needs and boundaries are met, you can see beyond just yourself. Self love is having pride, while narcissism is remaining prideful, the shadow side of pride. Remaining in the shadow side of pride can keep you from cultivating and maintaining close connections with others. Arrogance in excess keeps you from taking accountability. It prevents the ability to have tough conversations that require apologies from you, openness, kindness, and understanding. Superiority is seen in black and white and doesn't allow people to mess up, including oneself. It is easier to keep a blind eye to your own mistakes and to see only the failings in others without seeing their humanity and the nuance that most situations have. When other people exhibit conceitful qualities, do your best not to take it personally and remember, inside of them is an inner child that doesn't feel safe and doesn't feel enough without the show. If you can see prideful qualities within yourself, prioritize radical self love and self acceptance. Once you learn to be your own best friend in a nurturing, loving, and supportive manner, it is safe to see your flaws without hatred. Accept yourself wholly and be assertive in who you are as is. Healthy self love will become your solace. You will create so much inner security that you will no longer feel shaken when you receive constructive criticism or an extension of an offer for deep communication. Instead of feeling unsupported, victimized, and betrayed, you will have such inner calm that you don't feel as unsafe from the actions of others. Now, collective and not my divine masculines, this is for all of us. I think everybody's had experiences with someone who was a narcissist. It seems to be very common nowadays, very, very common amongst men and women. And it's okay, like it says, to love yourself, to show yourself love, self care. But when it becomes a level of pride to where you don't allow others to do things wrong or make mistakes, or basically you are only wanting people to validate you out of insecurity, that's where it is toxic. That's where it becomes your shadow side. There's so many people that deal with narcissistic people, have had a level of narcissism as a part of their lives. It is a big deal. This is a huge message for both divine masculines, divine feminines, and also my collective. And it's such a tough thing to differentiate sometimes. But because it is becoming more and more common, it is seen easier. So take heed. If you have these tendencies of narcissism, pay attention. It's okay to be confident, but not to the point where you expect to be validated, because nobody has to validate anything. People don't have to compliment you. People don't have to think that you look good. People don't have to be attracted to you. It is a blessing for people to see you as an attractive being. But once it's expected from others, it makes your character ugly. So be mindful of the difference. All right. Those were great messages for my divine masculines. And even like I said, a lot of the messages can be used for the collective in general. All right. Moving on to my divine feminines. Feminines. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. So this is going to be your oracle messages for this upcoming week, my divine feminines. What you guys need to be focused on, working on in regards to your own self and self-worth. So let's see what oracle messages are important for my divine feminines at this time. All right, divine feminines, what is your first oracle message for my divine feminines? What is your first oracle message, divine feminines? What is important for you guys to be focused on this upcoming week? Divine feminines. Okay, we have number 20, consistency, confidently repeating the patterns. Beautiful. The number 20 could be significant to one of you guys or some of you guys. The number 2 as well. Consistency. All right. The color green, the color pink may be significant as well. Okay, number 20, consistency. Behaving in the same way and confidently repeating the patterns for greater good. You pulled this card as a heads up reminder that now is not the time to give up. In fact, it is the perfect time to keep going. Do not give up on the thing you want the most, because later it will feel like a betrayal of yourself. Keep showing up, keep investing your time and repeating the same good patterns over and over again. Dedication is the key, but you already know that. Affirmation: I owe it to myself to stay consistent. Beautiful. Beautiful picture as well. Being flexible, but being still at the same time. Level of consistency. This is on page 53. The number 53 could be significant. I could be talking to someone who is 53. The number 5 is significant. The number 3, the number 8 as well. All right, beautiful first message for my divine feminine. So this coming week, it's going to be very important for you guys to stay consistent. Whatever you guys are working on at this time, working towards, make sure that you keep consistent in your work ethic, in the effort, right, that you guys are putting into something. You know, you guys probably have people watching you in your workplace. It could be where your level of consistency and work ethic can bring you into receiving promotions, upgrades, and income opportunities as well. So please stay consistent. Okay, what's your next oracle message for the divine feminines from woman in total control of herself? Okay, we have number 42, the Wonder Hunter. Okay. The number 42 could be significant to someone. I could be talking to someone that's 42, 24. The number 6 can also be significant as well. The Wonder Hunter. All right. Wonder is the state of our original self. Babies gaze at the world with wide eyes, taking in every marvel. Somehow, as we grow, that sense is overwhelmed by practical concerns and survival skills, by fitting in, by finding a way to conform to the demands of our environment. But the wonder never really leaves. It may go underground for a time, but you can feel it when gazing at the moon, the stars, the micro universe of a single flower in all its detail. Wonder is nourishing to the soul and keeps our child heart alive and thriving. To live in wonder is to allow ourselves to experience our own belonging to ourselves, to the world itself, and to the great mystery of all things. Now is the time to put practical concerns to one side and allow yourself to marvel. Take a walk in nature and observe the many tiny miracles around you. Search the clouds for friendly shapes, or sit by a river and listen to its babbling stories. A woman in total control of herself knows she cannot live by logic or emotion alone. She is aware that the wide world is never ending story full of surprises and splendors. She trusts that the universe, in its benign generosity, conspires to delight her. So she takes time to open her heart wide to receive blessings, both tiny and great. Mostly, this looks like standing in awe, willing to be astonished. As Kafka once said, remain sitting at your table and listen. Do not even listen, simply wait, be quiet, still, and solitary. The world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. Beautiful. So, this Divine Feminines is about you taking time to truly ground yourself in nature, in the beauty of the world, to remember what it feels like to use your imagination as a child and just wonder about all the magical things that happen around us all the time. As adults, we forget about those simple but most beautiful things that happen around us, no matter what we're doing. Nature never stops. It continues to grow, evolve. It continues to be magical, no matter whether we are stuck in the house or stuck at our office job and working our 9 to 5s, or whether we are outside in nature, actually ingrained in it, grounded in it, being a part of it. So this is for my my divine feminines this week, to take time to wonder, take time to really truly look around and just remember how beautiful Mother Gaia really is, all that she brings to us, the universe and all of its splendor, big and small. So, I mean, both of these talk about or has a link to nature. So maybe somebody or a group of you guys need to spend more time outside in nature at this time. Maybe a lot of you guys are animal lovers as well. But this is truly about reconnecting with Mother Gaia, grounding yourself, having a better balance with life. All right. Now let's get you your message from Oshun with her beautiful self. Oshun. All right. What is the most important message from Oshun for the Divine Feminines this coming week? What is the most important message? Okay. Oshun of the Drought, number 20. The number 20 is very significant. 2020. The number 2, Oshun of the Drought, fear, insecurity, scarcity. Okay. I choose to embody abundance. Lack and scarcity are kicking your behind right now. Take a breath. When you pull Oshun of the Drought, it means you're feeling drained or empty, and it's a sign to look inward and take steps to refill your energy and confidence. Confront these shadows head on. It sounds like BS when you feel broken, but abundance really is a state of mind. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. We were just talking about that, Divine Feminines. Grounding is very important for the Divine Feminine group this week. Ground yourself in gratitude and focus on the richness within and around you. Challenge and shift negative thought patterns and seek ways to nourish your spirit. Nurturing your inner well-being can alleviate feelings of a personal drought. Are you allowing fear or self-doubt to block your prosperity? Just as nature's droughts are followed by the rains, this phase too shall pass. Be open to opportunities and recognize that abundance often arrives when you release the scarcity mindset. Be grateful, focus on what matters, and make conscious choices that will lead you back to the flow of abundance. Abundance is definitely a mindset, and so is a mindset of lack. A lot of people focus on what they don't have instead of focusing on and being grateful for the things that they do have. As you stay in a state of gratitude, a vibration of gratitude, it brings abundance. You will seem to always have the resources that you need in a mindset of gratitude, not a mindset of lack. Focus on what you are grateful for, that you have now, the blessings, big and small, that are already in your life, and it will bring in more blessings and abundance. So, Divine Feminines, your message summary for this coming week is to ground yourself, be consistent in whatever it is you're working on, keep up your energy, keep up the same level and detail and work ethic, because you could be being watched at this time. So do not slack off, be consistent, get grounded, take time in nature to regroup, to get your mind out of a mindset of lack if that's where you are right now and you are stuck there. Once you get grounded in nature, find your center and start to feel gratitude. Talk about the things that you are grateful for. Write down the things that you are grateful for, the blessings that you've obtained and received even that day, to get in a higher vibration of gratitude. All right, let me pull the general message for this upcoming week for the collective. These have been great messages, you guys. I mean, beautiful, beautiful. And I love that, I love that I can do them for both my Divine Masculine group and also the Divine Feminine group. But I also love that the messages can be used by all of us. These are all healing messages and great reminders. So very, very good. Okay, what is the general collective oracle message for this upcoming week? What is the general oracle message for this upcoming week needed for the collective at this time? Okay. Number 32, fill up your cup. Beautiful card. It's beautiful. The number 32 could be significant. I could be talking to a group of you guys that are 32. The number 5 could be significant, which is about change. I could be also talking to a group of water signs. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpios with this cup card here with this water. A lot of water in this message, a lot about grounding. So this could also pertain to a group of earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorns. Doesn't have to be. I also have some fire here as well, and even some air here. So, all right. So 32, fill up your cup. Are you running on empty? It's likely that your focus is too much on the external world and you have forgotten to nurture your own energy levels. The body needs fuel, and when you are emotionally or physically tired, you use up even more energy just to get by each day. Focus on changing things in your life to refuel and re-energize yourself, because ultimately, if your cup is empty, you can't support others or yourself. Fill up your cup by not only taking rest when you need it, but also spending more time doing what you love. Energy can be found in many places, from changing the way that you breathe to moving the body, from spending time with others, more energized people, to having moments of quiet in meditation, out in nature, or during sleep. So, yes, collective. I think just in general, this life, if we are living the average life, I'll say, it requires a lot from us, especially if you have a job working for someone else, if you have a family, if you are married, if you have children. It takes a lot of energy to deal with everyday life. So it is so easy for our cup to run dry. And it generally runs dry because we don't receive a return on our investment, the investment being our energy. We give it away to everyone constantly. Most of the time, our cup is it's pretty dry in there, to be honest. So it is important to make sure that we are refilling our own cup, especially if there's no one else to refill it for us, to pour back into us. You always need to pour back into yourself. This is about self-love and self-care this week. A big week for self-love and self-care, for balance, for grounding, for being in a state of gratitude, being in balance, mind, body, and soul, heart as well. But yes, collective, remember that in order to give to others, you have to be able to have your cup filled as well. So don't neglect yourself, because you will get worn out. Rest when you need to. Move and take action when you need to. And do things that make you happy when you want to. All right, you guys. Well, that was our weekly oracle messages for this upcoming week. I really pray that they are helpful to you guys. If they are, I would love to know about it later on. maybe something comes up or something happens. But again, I would love to hear about it. I love interacting with you guys in the comments. I wish you guys the best. Keep your head up, keep your confidence up, keep self-care at the top of your list this week. My divine masculines and divine feminines, stay grounded, keep your hearts open, and stay blessed. I love you guys to the moon and back. Until next time. Bye.